Severe storms strike. Tornado caught on camera as it drops from the sky.
I saw leaves flying. I saw branches twirling.
Tonight, we're live with team coverage in the field. A close-up look at the damage. And more storms on the radar tonight. We are checking in with Storm Team 8 to find out if any of these will pack a punch. And cold shoulder in the friendly skies.
I was flabbergasted.
She just needed a little help pre-boarding, but got shut down instead. Target 8 is on the case. And dropping the big game, Wolverines walk away licking their wounds as Notre Dame fans rejoice. Good evening to you on a busy night of news this Saturday. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Leon Hendricks. We start the broadcast with breaking news.
This is a breaking news alert from 24-Hour News 8.
That breaking situation tonight on Grand Rapids southwest side. 2 people have been reportedly shot in the area of Burton Street Southwest and Buchanan Avenue. The Grand Rapids Police Department tells us that people should stay out of that area as they are trying to investigate and get a handle on what's happening there. This all unfolded here within the past half an hour or so, so we are responding to this as well. We've got a crew headed to the scene, but again, this is Burton and Buchanan Avenue where there is reports that 2 people have been shot. We'll get in touch with our crew within this broadcast, so stay tuned. Tornado touchdown north of Kalamazoo. Viewers caught the incredible sight on camera. This was the scene near Gull Lake tonight. We have team coverage for you. Barton Dieters is speaking with residents impacted by the storm, but we do want to start with our own storm teammate meteorologist, Ellen Baca. She tracked it, and she's in the field for us tonight.
Leon, this was definitely a tornado, and one of the clear indications that we have that it is because of the type of storm damage that we're seeing. So this is just one of the areas that we're seeing some of the downed trees. And I want you to look at this damage closely because not only are we seeing, obviously, tree damage, we're seeing these sheared off pieces of the tree being thrown down. So it's not like wind damage where you have all the trees thrown in one direction. Instead, the tops of the trees have been sheared and splintered. And again, that is a clear telltale sign that this was an actual vortice that did the damage instead of a high wind event. And I was in the tracking center earlier and I was looking at radar, and radar is one of those tools that we use to see what's happening, but storm damage is another clear indicator of what's going on. On top of that, as we mentioned, we had viewer video to help confirm what was going on. This was the scene, this was the storm, and you can see as it was rolling through the Richland area, it started to pop down vortices. Sean caught this and he sent it to us. So using all 3 of those tools combined, the radar, the storm damage, and the video, I'm very confident in saying that this was an actual confirmed tornado touchdown here in the Richland area. Now remember, this was just one of 3 tornado-warned storms this evening. It's looking like we have very minimal damage at this point, but as the sun comes up tomorrow, we could very well see that change. Really, though, Barton, you took off right after this report came in, and you started to find out who is impacted. What are some of the stories behind this damage?
Well, you can see here all the damage that was done here. Mr. Hahn lives here, and this is his crushed by tree limbs. He's taking it all in stride. He's saying that it was pretty exciting to watch. He stood outside watching from his glass window and said that he wasn't scared at all. But we did talk to other folks who said seeing this storm come over, seeing the big clouds and the tornadoes lifting water right out of the lake in one case was pretty intense. Here's what these folks had to say that we talked to today.
I saw leaves flying. I saw branches twirling. I saw a tornado maybe come over the lake. It wasn't whirling, though.
No.
It just like went down.
I know once they issued the tornado warning, it had just started lightning and thundering here, and the rain was moving in. And then eventually the wind picked up. And so I unfortunately don't have a basement here, so I was kind of in the hallway as the winds came up. And I happened to just peek around the corner as I thought it was clearing, and I happened to catch the tail end of water being lifted out of the lake as the storm was moving north. It was very wild to see, but the water is actually lifting out of the lake up into the air.
Probably not something you're going to forget real soon.
No, probably not.
right? Well, we talked to people in Richland and in Hickory Corners, and they're all very grateful that no one was hurt in this, and this wasn't much worse than as it could have been. We talked to the Hickory Corners deputy fire chief. He described this as, we dodged a huge bullet here, and that's just true. But the big thing here, of course, no one injured. So people will be able to clean up, and they'll get their power back eventually. But we're going to stay here, and we'll keep you informed. We'll be back tomorrow to let you know what exactly the damage was. Live in Hickory Corners, Barton Dieters, 24-hour News 8.
What a mess out there, Barton. Thank you. There's more to track tonight. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Steffen, who's got a first look at what we can expect here in the overnight hours. Bill was enjoying an off day, and then, boom, the storms hit.
That's right. I was out for a walk, one of the township parks here, when my phone went off, and I raced in here. Let's take a look right now at a live picture from Kalamazoo. And if we first put this on, there was a lot of lightning out there, and now not much. There was one little flash right there, but for a while it was almost constant with the storms. And you can see a little bit of raindrop activity there on the lens. The thunderstorm that is there to the southeast of Kalamazoo continues to move off toward the east. And boy, as soon as I put the camera on, there's another little flash right there. It was quite a bit of it just a couple minutes ago. Flood watch for the entire area. We also have a flood warning now for the Grand River in Jackson County, where they've had 3 inches of rain. I-94 is now closed westbound at Jackson because of floodwaters over the road. Again, that's I-94 coming west. And look at this, more showers and storms on the way. Look at the lightning, which is south and southeast of Kalamazoo at this hour. We're getting what's called training, and you can see the storms moving over the same areas. This will eventually work its way back up toward Grand Rapids, but while it's mostly light rain, there are certainly some pockets of very heavy rain and lightning there, and this will continue to be the case throughout much of the night. Look at the severe thunderstorm watch back toward Iowa. More thunderstorms, and that whole line should be tracking toward Michigan much of the night into the early morning hours tomorrow. Straight ahead, we'll talk about what's ahead for Labor Day Monday and the rest of the week.
All right, Bill, thank you. Our coverage will continue through the night as our crews survey damage and stay in touch with the National Weather Service. We're, of course, watching for any developments as well in terms of the weather that's coming across the lake now. The best way to be on the front edge of this is with the Storm Team 8 mobile app. You can download it for free right now in your app store. Just search Wood TV 8. Now to a big customer service fail from an airline that calls itself the one that offers friendlier skies. Target 8 investigator Susan Samples is on United Airlines' case tonight after a group that just needed a little help pre-boarding got nothing but attitude, they say.
We all have something that gives us anxiety. For one Jenison woman, it's making people wait, like when you're struggling to get your carry-on in the overhead bin. So when the group she was flying with suggested pre-boarding to get some help, she decided to try it for the first time.
I was flabbergasted.
Michelle Polanek was pre-boarding a United flight in Colorado Tuesday, returning from a retreat with a small group.
And there was one girl in front of me who saw a flight attendant at the back of the plane and said, "Do you mind helping us with our bags?" And she looked at us. She said, "Are they too heavy?" Because no, you can go check your bag.
But the bags had already been approved, and it's unlikely the flight attendant failed to notice they might need assistance.
We all have physical differences.
You are my navigator. The 5 women had just attended a retreat put on by SheLift, an organization that brings together girls and women around the country who don't often see people who look like them. This is Polanek in a SheLift video last year.
I think I struggle with being comfortable being different.
Polanek was born with a rare genetic disease called TAR syndrome. She has no radius bones in her arms. She was grateful to find SheLift, which empowers members to conquer their inner mountain by scaling real ones. Through SheLift, Polanek says she's found the strength to allow herself to be vulnerable at times and ask for help when she needs it.
For her to shoot us down when we were on such a high from the retreat and, trying to make ourselves better and feeling better in the people we are, and then having someone tell us that, I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Polanek ultimately took to Facebook and plans to make a formal complaint to United.
I feel that there's good that can come from this.
United Airlines, in an email to Target 8, said, "We are deeply concerned about our customers' experience. We are attempting to reach out in order to apologize and find out more about what happened. We're also working with our in-flight team to get more information and learn from this experience going forward."
Palamic's group, by the way, did manage to get their bags overhead by themselves, working as a team. I'm Target 8 investigator Susan Samples.
If you are a Wolverine fan, you might be shaking your head right now. The University of Michigan dropped a big one for their first game of the season to the Irish of Notre Dame. The final 24-17. The Wolverines just were not able to get anything going offensively. Sports director Jack Doles is live at that game. We'll go to him in just a few minutes coming up in sports.
Always tracking, always alerting. This is Storm Team 8.
These are rainfall totals, and some of these totals are rainfall that occurred in just an hour's time. Jackson over 3 inches. I-94 blocked there because of floodwaters. Flood watch for the entire area into tomorrow morning. It is a flood warning for the Grand River in Jackson County. There's a look at Storm Track Live. You can see the heavy thunderstorms that are stacked up now in parts of Allegan, Van Buren County. These are moving east. Certainly some more pockets of heavy rain. Nothing severe out there. No severe weather watches or warnings in our area, but severe weather in Iowa is moving in our direction. That means more showers and storms overnight tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow. Our futurecast shows the storms coming on through the area by around 7 a.m. back up into the Grand Rapids area. And I think we get a break for a good portion of the day tomorrow where it won't be raining, but more showers and storms develop during the afternoon and especially again tomorrow night. There's yet another area of showers and storms coming through around 1 a.m. Thunderstorms down to the south will regroup once again during the day on Monday. And again, on Labor Day, we will be seeing more scattered showers and storms develop. Clouds will be kind of in and out here over the next 48 hours. Here's a look right now at what we see coming up. Chance of showers and storms. Heavy rain is a possibility. Warm and humid. There will be some patchy fog during the nighttime hours. Yellow color means just a moderate risk for rip currents and structural currents tomorrow. Waves around 1 to 3 feet. Watch out for a thunderstorm over the lake and some lightning. And there's a look at your 8-day forecast with temperatures here up into the low to mid 80s for the next couple of days. We could hit 90 on Tuesday. The really warm and humid air sticks around until Wednesday. There'll be another shot for showers and storms mainly Wednesday night and Thursday. The following weekend, that's I think the 8th and 9th, should be very nice around here with less humidity. Once again, flood watch through the night into the early morning hours tomorrow. Watch out for more scattered showers and thunderstorms into tomorrow with locally heavy rain.
First time in 4 years, Michigan and Notre Dame renewing their long-running football rivalry tonight, one dating back all the way to 1887. Wolverines ranked 14th, the Irish 12th, each with playoff and national championship hopes coming into this game. But just a minute and a half in, Brandon Wimbush on the give to Jafar Armstrong, finds a hole in the middle, then bounces it back to the outside, 13 yards for the score. It was 7-0 Irish just like that. Just 6 minutes later, Wimbush rolling right, stops and fires deep down the middle. And look at this catch by Chris Fink. He goes up and grabs it around 2 defenders. Great play, 43-yard TD strike. The lead was 14. Early second, that's Rockford's Quinn Nordine, 28-yard field goal. But the Wolverines on the board, it was 14-3, but just under 4 to play in the half. Armstrong again around the far corner and in this time from 4 yards out. It was 21-3 in Notre Dame, but not for long. Ensuing kickoff, Ambry Thomas breaks out of the pack. Watch him pop out, then cut back, and Thomas zippy 99 yards to the end zone. That would cut the lead to 21-10 at the half. 24-10 late when Karan Higdon added a 2-yard TD run for the Wolverines, but that's as close as they got. They fall tonight to the Irish, 24-17. Central Michigan Chippewas kicking off the new season in the SEC at Kentucky today. In the second, Kumine G. Willian from 4 yards out. Chips would jump out to a 17-7 lead, but then late in the half, Gunnar Hoke off the bench over the middle to David Bouvier. That's a 25-yard TD strike, and that would give Kentucky the lead for good. The Cats topping the Chips 35-20. Cutdown day in the NFL. The Lions trimming 21 more players at the roster deadline today at 4 p.m. One, tackle Corey Robinson via trade to Carolina for a 7th-round draft pick. The other, running back Zach Zenner to injured reserve. Now, the biggest surprise among the actual cuts today, that guy. Cornerback Deshaun Sheed, who the Lions had signed to a $3.3 million free agent deal this summer. More than half of that was guaranteed, even if he got cut. Lions also releasing former Michigan quarterback Jake Rudock. He had been Matt Stafford's backup the past 2 years. Decided to go with veteran Matt Castle instead. Other notable cuts today, including running back Dwayne Washington, wide receiver Jace Billingsley, center Wesley Johnson, linebacker, Alex Barrett, and defensive tackle Jeremiah Ledbetter. Free agent wide receivers Brandon Powell and Bradley Marquez both surprisingly made the team. They carried 6 receivers, at least for now. After an entire summer of baseball, it comes down to this. The Whitecaps and Tin Caps beginning a 3-game series at Fifth Third Ballpark tonight. The winner earns a trip to the playoffs. The loser, done for the season. West Michigan and Fort Wayne opening the night tied for the final playoff spot in the Eastern Division with just 3 games to go. Caps already down 2 in the first, but with 1 on. Jordan Pierce, a little grounder to second. He's thrown out at first, but John Valenti scores. That would cut the lead to 1. But the Tin Caps with 4 in the third. Esteure Ruiz driving in 2 of those. It was 6-1 after 3. Ruiz would drive 2 more in the 6th. The Tin Caps blowing out the Whitecaps 10-3. West Michigan must now win both tomorrow and Monday's game, or the season is over. In the majors, Daniel Norris making his first start for the Tigers since April. Today in the Bronx, where recently acquired Andrew McCutchen made his Yankees debut. Tigers had a 1-0 lead on a sac fly, and then in the 5th, New York 1 on, and that's Yelber Torres taking Norris deep to left and gone, a 2-run blast. That turned out to be the game winner, and then later in the inning, Norris appeared to hurt himself yet again. He would leave the game. Tigers falling to the Yankees today by a final of 2-1. We're back with a final look at your forecast. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
We do have an update on the breaking news we told you about off the top of the show on the southwest side, where 2 people were shot in the area of Burton Street Southwest and Buchanan. It's actually happening on Darwin Street. We're told that the 2 people have minor injuries, non-life-threatening. The shooting not random. Police still looking for a suspect tonight.
And showers and storms continue. Flood watch overnight into early tomorrow.
All right. That's our broadcast. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning on Daybreak. Good night.